to your time this morning. All right, thank you so much for joining me today this morning for a nutrition training, learning proper nutrition and how increasing your calories can really help you finally drop those last few pounds. What I have discovered over the last couple of months by utilizing calorie manipulation and carb cycling, we can really make some big changes on the scale and through our workouts. And so that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Quick introduction, my name is Sarah Can. I am a personal trainer and certified nutritionist, and I am passionate about empowering women to get strong and lead happy and healthy lives. So if you ladies have questions, you can... Mia's joining me today. My little jacket is... It's on the dining table on your chair. Sorry. So my childcare situation kind of fell through today. That's life. But yeah, so if you ladies have questions, you can utilize the chat feature at the bottom of the screen here. And then as questions come up, I can answer and make sure that we are going in the right direction. So I want to start with asking you ladies a few questions and kind of see where we're at as far as nutrition education goes. So the first one is, how long have you been on a diet? And so when I say diet, I mean eating at lower calories, day in and day out, or eating at a restricted calorie amount during the day and then blowing it at night. Yeah, and so, or you do great Monday through Friday, and then on the weekends, you blow it. You indulge, have fun with your friends. I'm totally guilty of this, so I get it. Yeah, and so what about, yeah, all or nothing. Oh, no, yeah. And so what about losing and gaining those same 5 to 10 pounds. So like you'll lose, so you'll lose, 5 pounds or 10 pounds or whatever, and like, yay, awesome, only to gain it back. And so it's those same 5 to 10 pounds and it doesn't really stay off, like you don't have a new normal. Yeah, so what I've discovered through partnering carb cycling along with flexible dieting is that you can finally break through those plateaus, that you'll be able to eat more food on specific days so that you can see some big changes overall on the scale. And then not just on the scale, but also in your energy levels and measurements. I'm a huge proponent of looking at measurements as opposed to just looking at the numbers on the scale. And so by utilizing this method of carb cycling along with flexible dieting, you can stop trying to constantly eat at a deficit and stop feeling like a failure at it. Because that's the worst part, is that you feel like, just whatever, to heck with it, it's not going to work. So I want to talk with you first about what the basics of carb cycling are. So in a simple form, carb cycling is just eating, it's just an eating plan with alternating high carb and low carb days. It's that simple. Depending on what carb cycle schedule you follow, you'll begin with low carb days, then mix in one high carb day so that you can still enjoy your favorite foods on a regular basis. And it sounds pretty perfect. Now, don't get me wrong, it is a little difficult to start on the low carb days, but it is doable and it's achievable, and you get used to it and you love it. And so while carb cycling and schedules vary depending on what your specific goals are, the basics are you'll have specific macronutrient goals to hit each day. You'll time your meals based around your workout schedule. And then it's also very important to plan the day before or the morning of what'll fit those carb cycling days. So if it's a high carb or a low carb day, what fits those numbers? So a little bit about how carb cycling works. In order to lose weight, we all know that our bodies need the right amount of proteins, carbs, and fats to reach our goals, and that we need to expend more calories than what we're taking in. And when I say expend, I mean expend through exercise and daily body function. And so proteins build and maintain muscles. Those muscles burn calories. Protein also is slower digesting than carbs and fats. And so that also burns more calories. It takes longer for your body to digest. And so you feel fuller longer. And carbs are our body's go-to fuel source. They provide energy for your muscles and organs. And while I hate to say they come in healthy versions, I like to say nutrient-dense versions. And so nutrient-dense, vegetables, fruits, and grains, all of the, good carbs that you might see, looking through Pinterest. And so, nutrient-dense carbs are also crucial to burning calories, since they break down more slowly than higher processed carbs like my faves, donuts, and pizza. But they help to regulate your blood sugar and keep your energy levels steady. And then they also keep your calorie burning furnace going, again, because they take longer to digest. So your metabolism is constantly working. The last component is fats, and healthy fats, eaten in moderation, help in the development and the function of your eyes and your brain. Of course, help prevent heart disease, stroke, depression, arthritis, all of those physical ailments. But then also healthy fats help actually increase your energy levels and keep you fuller for longer periods of time, because again, those take that much longer to digest than some of the higher processed foods that we normally eat. And so when we alternate high carb and low carb days, high carb days, you are stocking up your calories so that on low carb days, you are able to utilize those glycogen stores and additional calories to fuel your workouts. Basically keeps your metabolism going. The problem is that when we eat at a low-calorie diet for extended periods of time, our metabolism actually slows down because it doesn't think that we're gonna feed it anymore. And so even through workouts, your body begins to go into a starvation or a preservation mode, holding on to that fat. And for us women, it's especially in our midsection, that we see those fat stores being held on to. That's like the last part that comes in. And so when you're cycling in high carb days, replacing some glucose levels, and you're tricking your metabolism into thinking like, awesome, she's going to eat today, so I'm going to burn these calories immediately and keep working. It's very effective. Some of the benefits of carb cycling that I have loved the most, there are so many, but some of the ones that I love the most is that it allows you scheduled days each week to increase your calorie intake. And so this can help so much psychologically, physiologically, with the effects of dieting, so that you don't feel burned out with constantly trying to be on a diet every weekend, or trying to make you can't go out to eat because you're on a diet. And so carb cycling really helps with that. I've seen so many women shed weight and body fat fast using carb cycling. Most of my clients see some really big changes and they're either on the scale or in measurements, typically within like 7 to 10 days of just utilizing some strict carb cycling methods. It does take a little time to get used to the low carb days, but you do within the first 5 days feel better on your low carb days. You'll discover you have more energy because you are increasing your fat intake, lowering your carb intake. It just helps so much. and you'll eat the foods that you love on high carb days in order to reach those goals. Like, if you follow me on social media, I love donuts and pancakes. So if you look at my my food diary app, you'll see that that's typically on a high carb day. So I get to enjoy those things because I have manipulated my carbs on the other days. So what I'm impressed with the most is that you're able to see almost immediate results in your lower stomach and waist from week to week by utilizing carb cycling. When you're eating at a lower carb intake, you are forced to make less room for processed foods. And so it's typically those processed foods that can cause the bloating and water retention, which, none of us want. The last thing about the benefits of carb cycling is just feeling empowered, that you are learning how to manipulate your macronutrients so that you can really see results. And I know that, you've probably seen like a million different ways to eat, nutrition methods and dieting methods. And so I'm here to help you figure out, how do you know if carb cycling is right for you, if it will work for you, if you want, should you do this? So here's a couple of ways. If you have been losing and gaining the same 5 to 10 pounds over and over, this is an awesome program for you. If you are tired of, eating at a calorie restriction day in and day out, failing at it maybe, this is for you. If you eat according to how, your goals, or stick to your diet Monday through Friday, and then you completely fall off the wagon on the weekends, that's for you. And so also targeting your waist. If you are wanting to target and tighten your waist, this is the perfect method to use in order to get there. You'll be able to really dial in to what foods are causing those issues and how to eliminate them. Okay, so I am going to lower this here, and I'm going to share with you guys my screen. Let me get this going, because I want to show you how to determine your carb cycling numbers. Give me just a second. So what I've done is I set up a dummy account within my FitnessPal app. And so splurging on the weekends, I'm all for it. I know, me too. Okay, so let me share my screen here.
Introducing BNC True Sight Intelligence, a revolutionary digital analytics platform that discovers.
Can you guys still hear me? Can you get a thumbs up? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I don't know why this version of my FitnessPal plays an ad every time I've logged in today. Okay, so you have, this is just a dummy MyFitnessPal account that I set up for y'all. So you go into MyFitnessPal, and then you will go to your goals. Here is where you will set up what your fitness goals are. When you're starting it, I think that it asks you how many pounds per week you'd like to lose, what is your ideal weight, and so it'll calculate your calories for you. So if you are ready to start utilizing carb cycling and want to do this for yourself, what you can do is allow MyFitnessPal to create your calorie goals based on your weight loss goals and based on your goal weight. And then you can go in and just simply adjust your percentages. So here's where it gets important. On your low carb days, your carb range should be anywhere between 10 to 15% of your calories. So if I were going to go low carb, I would do 15% here. And then you will want to make up that calorie difference by fats and protein. Your protein would be anywhere between 50 to 55%. And then protein, fats would be anywhere between 50 to 55%. And then protein would be anywhere between 30 to 35%. And so see how it gives you 100% there. For your total for the day. And so over here to the side, it breaks down, okay, so on a low carb day, you would have 45 grams of carbs, 67 grams of protein, and 105 grams, I keep putting it out of order, 67 grams of fat and 105 grams of protein. So then you would determine based on your needs and how you prefer to eat, how many days per week you're going to eat at that calorie goal, or I'm sorry, at those macronutrient levels, low carb levels. And then for high carb days, you will increase your carbs to 50%. And this is, give or take, you kind of have to manipulate a little bit. You'll lower fats to anywhere between 15 to 20%. And then protein will go back down to 30%. So again, determining what day works best for you in order to get in those high carb days. And so increasing your carbs on those days, decreasing your fats, and protein can typically stay about the same, give or take a few grams in whichever works best for you. I really think that it is a great way to be able to see what foods you're eating that are taking up those precious carbs, and then figuring out too on your high carb days what high carb foods you're eating that are causing you bloating or water retention. And so using that way just through MFP, it's just a simple way to get started for you to do it for yourself and kind of determine what pattern works best for you. For my nutrition clients, I set specific macro goals for each day. I take into account their workout plan, their lifestyle, their eating preferences, so that way they can get detailed carb cycling days. I also include meal guidelines for those carb cycling days so that you're not stuck at 10:30 at night trying to figure out, why do I still have to eat 50 grams of carbs? I'll tell you, just eat this and you'll get it dead on. A lot of my clients see scale changes, like I said, in the first 7 to 10 days utilizing this method. And I wanted to share with you how to do it in MFP because you can do this for yourself. But what happens is we often overcomplicate those calculations. I do it too when I do my own numbers. And we get frustrated and we quit. And that is where I want to help you. I would love to take the guesswork of carb cycling and figuring out your numbers. I want to take the guesswork out of it for you and show you how you can do this eventually for yourself. And so if you would like to start carb cycling, I would love to help you with nutrition coaching. And within my monthly nutrition program, you'll receive custom macronutrient goals based on your specific needs and food preferences, and also including your specific carb cycling numbers. And so you'll receive a detailed meal plan that will help you reach those goals and get you started on the food choices that are right within your macros. You'll talk one-on-one with me, and we can do your check-ins, and that way you can ask questions, and we can talk through challenges that you're dealing with. What I hear a lot is, I can't hit my high carb day. Let's figure it out. Let's sit down together and figure out what changes can we make so that you can hit those numbers on a daily basis. Another benefit from my nutrition program is access to my new Facebook group page that's just for my VIP training and nutrition clients. I'm so excited that I finally decided to do it this month. And so you'll see daily content to help you navigate the ins and outs of carb cycling and flexible dieting. I post in their daily nutrition tips, workouts, also videos, answering a lot of questions that I get from clients. Like if I notice that everybody's asking the same question, I typically will post a video and kind of explain like how to work through it. What I've done recently is creating a recipe in my Fitness Pal because, you know, we are busy moms, and so we have to cook for everybody. And so it's just a great way to eat the same foods that our families are eating and still being on track with our macros. And so along with nutrition training, I also ask on the accountability aspect from you is providing measurements, progress photos to ensure accountability and that you are staying on track, because that is very important for your success. So, okay, we'll wrap things up here. My nutrition program is $37 a week until June 24th. So I have like almost 2 weeks left. And then I have to start increasing my rate. I'm super bummed about it, but I had to start a wait list in May because I wasn't able to get to like service all of my clients as well as I'd want to. And so I started a wait list, but I had a couple spots open up this month. And so I just want the opportunity to work with some new clients and show you guys that there is a way to do this without starving, and, you know, learning this for yourself so that then you can do it on your own later on. And it really is an effective program to meet your weight loss goals, help you feel like you're eating more food on the higher days and not feeling so deprived. Okay, so if you would like to hop on a quick one-on-one nutrition consult, I would love to talk with you about carb cycling specifically and how you can start utilizing it to lose those last few pounds and just let them go. Don't welcome them back. So I am going to put my email in here, and then you are more than welcome to set up a call with me. I would love to talk with you and get you started on utilizing carb cycling and how eating and manipulating your carb numbers, eating by manipulating your calorie goals can help you so much in effective weight loss and finally keeping it off. All right, ladies, you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.